to my beat. Use whatever you have, your hands, your feet, your voice. Let's make a joyful noise. So I hope that in that small way we can remember that even though we might be physically distant, we are connected, and we can use what we have to work together to make a joyful noise. My name is Anna Sutterish, and I am the Canon for Christian Formation for the Diocese of Ohio, which means that I work with children and youth and young adults. And I work a lot here at Bellwether Farm, especially as a chaplain. So you might know me as Chaplain Anna, which is often abbreviated to Chaplana. And I am joined here by my spouse, Noah, who is a participant for this session, which is soul tending for youth. Now, before you think back to what year you were born and think, oh, I'm not a youth, this isn't for me, I want you to take a second and think about your inner child. If you haven't met your inner child or seen your inner child recently, let them come out and say hello. Think back to all the times in your life that make you who you are today, at every age, at every stage. Think about the awe and wonder and maybe the wounds that come out when you think about yourself as a youth. So let's start with our bodies as we tend our soul today. So Julian of Norwich was a 14th century mystic, and she offers a body prayer to us that we're going to do today. So wherever you are, I invite you to stand, but you can do this seated as well. I want you to feel your feet grounded in the earth. And now we're going to take the deepest breath that we've taken all day. So inhale, hold it, and then whoosh it out. One more time, the deepest breath you've taken. There's 4 parts to this prayer. First, we await. We hold our cupped hands extended at our waist to receive the presence of God. And then we allow. It's a posture of opening. We're reaching up to open the hand, or to open to God's presence. We accept, hold our heart. We accept, we take in whatever is coming next. And then we attend. We're willing to act on whatever has been given us to God. Await, allow, accept, attend. Await, allow, accept, attend. Await, allow, accept, attend. Await, allow, accept, attend. One more time. Await, allow, accept, attend. I want you to start swaying. Slowly sway and feel your body, feel your feet rooted into the ground. Now, you might need to take a step away from someone that you're next to because we're going to speed it up. Speed it up so that your arms are just flapping around. And it can get kind of silly. That's okay. We're gonna slap and feel the interaction of our limbs with one another. It's kind of like at the used car lot, you see that little figure who fills up with air? Yeah, let's get silly. Slow it down. Slow it down. Today, as we tend our souls, we're going to use all of our senses. So as we slow down, let's notice them. So our sense of touch. Hold your hands together. Maybe give them a little hand massage. They need a little love. Maybe rub them together and feel them be warm. Feel all of those sensations and then clasp them. Now, notice what you see. Maybe you're good at looking forward, but what's behind you? What's above you? What's below you? Is there anything that you missed when you first walked in? Any shapes or colors that pop out? Now squeeze your eyes really tight. Do you notice any colors or shapes on the inside of your eyelids? Now relax them and keep them closed if you trust me. Okay, next is taste. Do you taste anything on your tongue maybe, or on your lips? On the air? What do you smell? Take a breath through your nose at different velocities, a fast breath, a slow breath. Now take a deep breath and quiet your breath. What do you hear? Let's focus on noticing. We believe that God is all around us and God abides in us. So what we can do today is practice. Remind our souls how to notice that the Spirit is all around us. See where the cosmic divinity shapes our world, how God is in the world, in each other, and in ourselves. All right, if you haven't already, open up your eyes and let's continue. The first thing we're going to do next is with found objects. So you don't need anything special. All this requires is that you're good at noticing. Now, what are the colors of the rainbow? The colors in a color wheel. So you might know it as Roy G. Biv is the abbreviation, so that's red, orange, yellow, blue. No, G, green. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And I still don't really know what indigo is, but maybe you can tell me. So I want you to take 3 minutes, and I want you to go around wherever you are, if you're outside, if you're in your house, and try to find at least 1 or 2 things that are those colors. So you'll need 2 red things, 2, I'm so bad at this. Orange things, 2 orange things, 2 yellow things, etc., etc., and at least 2. You can bring as many as you want. Ready, set, go. All right, so we've collected a random assortment of things from our house. At first I was like, oh, we're not gonna have anything red because we're definitely more neutrals people. But turns out red was really easy to find. So there were some things I saw that I didn't know until I put on my noticing hat. So now we're gonna make a color wheel. So this can take as short or as long as you want, but I want with each of your objects, just feel them and thank them and try to arrange them in a way that is pleasing to you. So it should be kind of a circle in that order, that Roy G. Biv order. But let's make it look a way that is fun and pleasing to us. There's our color wheel. Take a look at what you've collected. How does it make you feel? Now spin around and then look at it again. Do you notice anything different this time? So you can leave this up, you can add to it, you can subtract from it. But what a way to find beauty in what's around us. To find the beauty and the joy in the environment that surrounds us every day. What a good practice. So now we're going to make some of our own colorful creations. So what you need for this is a piece of paper and a writing utensil. Colored pencils are really fun for this, so you can use different colors, but honestly, the back of a receipt and like a bellwether pen would work just fine. So we're going to just push this to the side. I wonder if we can keep it in our circle a little bit. Let's get out our colored pencils and our sketchbook. So how many of you have heard of the word mandala? Some people say the mandala, but Wikipedia told me that it's pronounced mandala. I've been doing these since I was little. My mom's actually an artist, and so she would print out these designs for us, and then we would color them in. So they're actually from some Eastern religion spiritual practices. So coloring in this circular pattern, circular design, might help you calm down, might help you focus. You might use it as a spiritual guide to establish some kind of sacred space. You could use it for meditation to keep your mind focused on a piece of scripture or an image. They can also symbolize this connection, this wholeness, the idea of everything in a circle which is connected and impacts one another. So if you Google mandala, M-A-N-D-A-L-A, you can find some to print out, but you don't have to. You can draw your own. So that's what we're going to do today. All right, so the only guide to make it a mandala is that it's a circle.
Great.
Anything else?
Sounds fun.
Okay, let's go. Let's spend a couple minutes on this.
Whoops.
How was that?
I feel really relaxed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What you got there? Ooh, is that flame?
I was trying to make it look like a flame.
Cool.
Kind of elemental.
Yeah.
Clouds, lightning, tree, leaf.
I noticed about halfway through mine started looking like the planet a little bit, which wasn't my original intention. But it feels kind of like the world from outer space.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to doodle and to color. You might be into those, there's a lot of really cool coloring books that are out right now, but some other fun ways to doodle would be to have someone draw a line on your paper, or you could close your eyes and draw a line and then make that into something. Maybe your line could become a giraffe or an elephant or a bowl of spaghetti. Or you could color in the entire sheet of paper with whatever you want and cut it into pieces and see if a family member could put it back together like a puzzle or paste it in different ways. There's a lot of fun things that you can do. You could be entertained for hours, but you can also enter this really meditative, spiritual place of prayer, which I find is more helpful when I have something to do with my hands when I pray. Helps me get into that spiritual space when I'm not distracted. We're going to make salt dough.
All right.
So let's clear out a little patch of all of our stuff. And all you need for this is a little bit of flour, a little bit of salt, and some water. Hopefully you have those handy around your house. So go grab a little bit of flour, a little bit of salt, a little bit of water. We'll meet back here. All right, I love making salt dough because it's kind of like making slime or Play-Doh, but we usually have flour, salt, and water around the house, so it's super easy. So we're gonna mix, now I'm really bad at being exact, so this is all estimated. About a half a cup of flour. Could you pour a quarter cup of salt into that?
Sure.
Quarter cup of salt.
That's about a quarter cup of salt.
Perfect. All right, so this is definitely a tactile, hands-on. We're gonna mix it up with our hands. And then we'll just pour a little bit of water in there, a little bit at a time. Let's try that.
Okay.
And as you mix it up, ooh, it'll start to get clumpy. I think we'll need a little bit more water.
Okay.
And if it gets too wet, you can always add more flour. But we're looking for a consistency that's like Play-Doh. Perfect. All right, so that should be good. All right, so this is another one of those things that keep my hands busy while I pray, and so I don't get too distracted. And so this is just a fun way to feel it. Feel free to dig right in there, Noah.
Oh, thanks.
Have that little clump. How would you say it feels?
Squishy, soft, and a little grainy.
It's true. Okay, so that's our sense of touch. Let's go back to the beginning and use our 5 senses. What's it look like?
Oh. It's got dimples.
It does. Oh, it kind of like pulls till it's thin.
It's like a tan, whitish color.
It is. We're going to do something about that later.
Oh. I can't wait.
It smells like hardtack.
Hardtack?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like pizza dough before you bake it.
Mm-hmm.
I like pizza dough better than hardtack, but that's my preference.
All right, so we know the ingredients. No, not good. Oh God.
It's very salty.
It's really salty.
But not too salty.
Using all the senses. What's it sound like? Oh.
Sounds like water running through sand at a beach.
It totally does.
I-
Wow. What a great practice. Whatever you're doing, maybe you're cooking macaroni and cheese. See if you can use your 5 senses. See where you might see God in your environment, where you might have missed it before. So I did that yesterday when I was prepping, and I wanted to see if there was anything around our kitchen that might be a little more colorful for this salt dough. So I used turmeric, our favorite spice, and it turned into like this beautiful golden yellow. This salt tack's a day old, so it's a little bit
Flaky.
crusty, yeah. And then I really hate beets, except when Chef Lonnie cooks them at Bellwether. Actually, that's true. And so I roasted a beet and pureed it, and then drained it through a coffee filter and made this beet juice. And it made it this really gorgeous, like eggplanty color. But there's tons of ways to use natural dye from things in your kitchen. You can use black beans to make something blue. You can use avocado pits to make something like peachy, rose, blueberries. Oh my gosh, it smells like beets. So I think I'm gonna make mine colorful. How are you feeling?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
We'll find out. We will discover.
We shall discover. I'm gonna put a little beet juice in this guy.
Little beet juice?
I'm gonna use the bowl.
I think I'll use the turmeric then.
Okay.
Thanks.
Ugh. So I added liquid to this, so it's getting a little mushy. Can I have that flour?
Sure.
Thanks.
Here you go.
I'm just gonna do, there we go, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's really pink. So if you have some Sculpey at home, or clay, or Play-Doh, or you make salt dough like we did, it's entertaining, right? Like you can play with it, but I wonder how we can use this as a spiritual practice too. Maybe your soul just needs to like calm down a little bit. Maybe you close your eyes and go into a quiet room and just feel how it feels on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
You could say a word over and over, like you could say thank you, it's 2 words, grateful, calm, as you just feel and touch.
Like a breath prayer.
Like a breath prayer, exactly. The other thing you can do is recognize God as our creator. So if God is the root of all creation, that means God is creative. And we can be creative too. So I'm going to try to make something out of this.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be yet. I think I need more beet juice. It got kind of ugly. Hey, look, it's a beet.
Ha! That's really creative.
Okay, bringing it back, bringing us back. Well, I was trying to make it a rose, but it kind of looks like a coral reef.
It could be both.
It can be both.
That's really creative.
So the point of this isn't to have something for show and tell at the end, but if you make something that might help you remember this moment and the feelings you have in this moment, you can leave your creation in a sunny spot for like 5 days. Don't touch it. And it'll harden up. If you're in a really big rush, you could microwave it for like 15 seconds at a time till it's like a total of 2 minutes. But the point of it is just that we've noticed God within us and God around us. And hopefully that will bring us into better relationship with ourselves, with each other, and with creation. So everything we've done today is about that. Recognizing that we abide in God and God abides in us. So there are a lot of tools that help us be spiritual and tend our souls. They might be stained glass at church, or reading scripture, or a certain type of music. But you don't need these tools to be in relationship with God. You don't need anything special. All you need is what's around you. What can you see? What can you taste? What can you smell? God is the creation of that. So I hope that you'll be able to live through your day a little bit differently after this. And you can practice looking around and noticing where God is. The end.